were out there mowing the lawn on the football field and painting the trim on the building. If you wanna know how building works, you clean it, you paint it, you scrape it, well, there's what does it. If you want to be a good architect, that'll show you what doesn't work. Everybody, even the rich people.
And now, you don't have to do it.
You can buy your way out.
You can buy your way out of work.
Oh, you're thinking 5 days a month.
Yeah, a month.
Well, you said 5 days a week. If
Sorry,
you go
sorry.
5 days a week, what you
No,
do?
you gotta
Yeah.
cut that paint, make those windows open and breathe.
I tell you what, you can
Because
see
my
it
wife was saying,
at any
"Darn
time.
it, nobody
Yeah.
shows you around."
Everyone's messing things up at their friends.
But he said,
I wanted to go to that school since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how the answer was.
Yeah, it's changed. It was here in the city. It's the same school.
Mine
You
was
walk into class,
Obviously.
they
went
just
that
leave
far.
a damn lesson
Yeah.
plan. The
I
kids
didn't
are
I
challenging
didn't
you
go to
every
the
day
school.
because
And I'm looking
You're
at the clock
my
going,
son.
yeah,
I was
2
sitting on
hours
eight,
to
now my
go.
mom-
It's art time, folks,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we're gonna do
it's
PE.
No,
We're gonna repeat,
Yeah,
you're gonna
thank
play.
I just started walking
Thank
somewhere
you.
else.
So that's what I found out.
Looking for La La Land and it was in 1968.
Organize a game.
Yeah.
And that's not,
Nice tag.
that's not what I'm looking for though.
No,
Steel
that's
bacon
what most
style.
of the
Yeah.
guys
There's a more, I guess I can say you
I'm
the
like,
book
I
song.
go someplace, you know,
I
like,
bring the song,
I want to
song
somewhere,
back.
I need to like this, but.
And I can also bring a bag of
Find
checkers.
something to earn a couple dollars.
That's good. I mean, I tried to
And
do
then
PE
I
one
keep
time in
going.
first grade.
I'm heading to the gate.
Yeah, San Diego might be
So if you
nice.
get up there, we'll play shows, right?
Yeah.
Might be
It
nice.
took
Very
me 4
good.
rounds to catch one of
No, but not all of it.
You think
Not
they're-
the fast.
Yeah, they are.
Trying to get out there.
Yes, they're-
Well, should I call you on the phone?
Yes, yes. Or you say, yeah, my email.
Yeah, but I
You have my phone?
See you next week.
Yeah, it's on there.
Well,
It's a-
9/11
Stephanie,
changed people.
you like it every day.
Stephanie,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
you do like it.
Well, don't get discouraged. Just don't let it bother you, because I can turn to you.
Yeah?
I know, I just want you to take care of yourself.
That's all right.
Do they have
No, I
that?
used to, I wanted to.
I just thought I saw something. Coffee would be wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Our big local show. Sacred Grounds welcomes you. I welcomes you. My friends, brothers, best friends, neighbors, second cousins, uncle welcomes you. And my brother's best friends, neighbors, second cousins, aunts, neighbor on the riverside of the street also welcomes.
No,
So to come up after the break, we have. Wait a minute, touch this up. Jim Fitch.
Yeah?
Oh, there he
I am
is. He's
on.
on. So I should have given you a forewarning,
the rules with me?
etc.
no.
Didn't
No rules?
he came before but didn't read, right?
No, he came before and we read together.
Oh, okay, all right. So this is not your first, but this is his first time
It's his
solo.
first solo.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Fitch.
Nice to have her, I can keep you around.
I know.
I'm not that sure.
Well, I just thought,
I don't know.
it looks like it's close.
Yeah, it works.
All right, so here we go.
Y'all are geniuses, you know, you're a pack of geniuses.
Kiss up to us for sure.
Well, you know, I got some proof.
Okay.
Let me see. Once upon a time, Monday, June 29th, 2009. That's when it was entered into Google, so it was written earlier. In the beginning, well, we had a grand old time. That's O-L-E. We believe that the measure of love was as time, yet as we searched, we, all of us, have learned that time has no real measure, and love has no time at all for the likes of us. So how we get any of that sweet juice is beyond the rules. I did write this a while ago, so anyways, beyond the rules. That we have no measure, that in this epic race it will matter. I think not. Gone in 1,000 days, we are all left again lonely. So the hurricanes in the cloud forest and pockets full of rye. We call every day in the great by and by, raining now like redwoods in the desert of sighs. Singing colored sandstone, I am again no more, without pace set by others, rules writ large by mice, singing now, elvish, as the fog clears, there is no clarity. Old salt, what sweetness this etched in salt, to wash away a time, a flavor, a place, and the fog rolls through it, magic as the wind, not knowing where it started or where it will end, again etched in salt. That meeting was sacred, as the marking in time, the rolling of thunder clapped like lightning in our hopes. Once again, be the sweetness etched in salt. So I color the dawn as a respitar, aged in years and sweat. Again the sweetness etched in salt. I cry no more for it all. Sadness, sweet with years and effort carved in precious stone. So you will miss your brother. It is the way to be missed. Come with me now to rent another love, not to cheapen with that commerce, but to blend once again with the touch in that labor in that harbor. Here to harvest salt, here to harvest love. I cry no more, not knowing where I started, but have been told, rhyming names to wind's pursuit, to shape the sails in not a commerce measure, then carrying me now to the land where salt is carved in giant blocks from an old sea in what are now caves. I will miss you so. A ringing endorsement of your charm, that I can remember your eyes, or must I be the happier for the sweet song etched in salt?
As far as what you said about us all, we're right back at you. Thank you so much.
It's that reflective thing.
All right. Oh, let me just see here. So we have Hal, Adolph, and Eddie, and Jimmy, who was supposed to be the mini, hasn't shown because I think there's something going on there. I had a very big email. But so Hal, come on up, and Adolph, Eddie, did you want to read?
I'd love to if you have.
What's your name?
My name's Ron.
Ron. Okay, I'm gonna put you on.
Thank you very
So
much.
you'll be after Eddie, and you'll be the pitcher closer, super duper duper. It's a special thing.
This is one of Coleridge's conversational poems. And Clara started us tonight with a mention of Coleridge and the predicament of the Romantics generally. In these poems, he's speaking to the listener after midnight. His infant son, Hartley Coleridge, who also became a poet, is sleeping there. Coleridge in his poems often praises stars and icicles for not making noise. And that's because he had synesthesia, and often sights to him manifested as noise. there's one other thing, which is that this poem mentions an old folk belief that if you're looking into the fire and you see an unmoving blue flame at the bottom, it means you will be visited soon by a stranger. Frost at midnight. The frost performs its secret ministries, unhelped by any wind. The owlet's cry came loud, and hark again, loud as before. The inmates of my cottage, all at rest, have left me to that solitude which suits abstruser musings, save that at my side my cradled infant slumbers peacefully. 'Tis calm, so calm indeed that it disturbs and vexes meditation with its strange and extreme silence. Sea, hill, and wood, this populous village, sea and hill and wood, with all the numberless goings-on of life, inaudible as dreams. The thin blue flame lies on my low-burnt fire, and quivers not. Only that film which fluttered on the grate still flutters there, the sole unquiet thing. Methinks its motion in this hush of nature gives it dim sympathies with me who live, making it a companionable form, whose puny flaps and freaks the idling spirit of its own moods interprets everywhere, echo or mirror, seeking of itself, and makes a toy of thought. But oh, how oft at school, with most believing mind presageful, have I gazed upon the bars to watch that fluttering stranger, and as oft, with unclosed lids, already had I dreamt of my sweet birthplace, and the old church tower, whose bells, the poor man's only music, rang from morn till evening all the hot, fair day, so sweetly that they stirred and haunted me with a wild pleasure, falling on mine ear most like articulate sounds of things to come. And so I brooded all the following morn, awed by the stern preceptor's face, mine eye fixed with mock study on my swimming book, save that the door half opened, and I snatched a hasty glance, for still my heart leaped up, for still I hoped to see the stranger's face, townsman or aunt or sister more beloved, my playmate when we both were clothed alike. Dear babe, that sleepest cradled by my side, whose gentle breathings, heard in this deep calm, fill up the interspersed vacancies and momentary pauses of the thought. My babe, so beautiful, it thrills my heart with tender gladness, thus to look at thee, and think that thou shalt learn far other lore, and in far other scenes, where I was reared in the great city, pent mid cloisters dim, and saw naught lovely but the sky and stars. But thou, my babe, shalt wander like a breeze by lakes and sandy shores, beneath the crags of ancient mountains, and beneath the clouds which image in their bulk both lakes and seas and mountain crags. So shalt thou see and hear the lovely shapes and forms intelligible of that eternal language which thy God utters, who from eternity doth teach himself in all, and all things in himself. Great universal teacher, he shall mold thy spirit, and by giving make it ask. Therefore all seasons shall be sweet to thee, whether the summer clothe the general earth with greenness, or the red-breast sit and sing betwixt the tufts of snow upon the bare branch of mossy apple tree, while the nigh thatch smokes in the sun-thaw. Whether the eavesdrops fall, heard only in the trances of the blast, or if the secret ministry of frost shall hang them up in silent icicles, quietly shining to the quiet moon. Thank you. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I believe the rule is you say the poet's name at the end.
And Hal Ross. Reading poetry. Thank you. All right, and that was called Cross at Midnight. I got it. All right. Adolf, then Eddie, then Ron. Come on up, Eddie. Oh, he's already here. Give him a nice round. Eddie, you ready? You next.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I got this book last week, and I started reading it like I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you
one of the
know,
ones that was from here.
That's right.
Oh, great.
yeah, and I could really relate. I could relate. So I was reading one poem by Langston Hughes, Poor Boy Blues. When I was home, the sunshine seemed like gold. When I was home, the sunshine seemed like gold. Since I come up north, the whole damn world turned gold. I was a good boy, never done no wrong. Yes, I was a good boy, never done no wrong. But this world is weary. Ah, the road is hard and long. I fell in love with a girl I thought was kind. Fell in love with a girl I thought was kind. She made me lose my money and almost lose my mind. Weary, weary, weary early in the morning. Weary, weary, early, early in the morning. I'm so weary, I wish I'd never been born. So, since I was reading about my, the subjects, so here's my subject. Long way home, I know that is how I came through to the other side. Looking my fears straight in the eye, taking my time to thoroughly inventory them, the beginning, the end, and the effect it has sent a long way home. Now I know the beginning of one incident, but I know not the end too. When I find that I can't exit, I must remember intelligently the falls. I lived a life of sadness and sabotage, a long way home. The beginning, when I was young, my stepfather said, clean that floor, and it hurt me, so I said, he is not my father. Can't tell me what to do. My mother shook me and said, I don't want to hear that from you, a long way home. So in the home, I felt so all alone, without favor from my mother. I know not where I belong. Fearing, fighting, fraternizing, running, I ran away and then some. Looking for you to love me. Be with me, not him, 'cause I know not my way home. I need you to be where we both come from, a long way home. But you bigger and smarter than I, 'cause you see how to live and thrive, having support from him, 'cause he had capital flowing, allowing us to be, knowing the end result. Where have I been? Growing up, a long way home. And so this here is called consumerism. Every day consume, consume away. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day. What used to be a holy day is now a holiday. Everybody consume, consume away. New stadium, be a fan, 'cause we are winning now. Tailgaters, cable TV, bottled water, must be rough. And if you didn't have enough stuff, looking in the paper, always find a sale, a catchy phrase, colors the food, the soothe, then excite. And the price, the actual price never said. Now, using consumerism as an escape, the Carnival, Burning Man, Nordstrom. There's a reason for these you'll find. Wait, to look into self and what I came with, where I came from. Won't look away until I reach infinity, which I know I possess, the everlast. Wake up to know, look inside, like Jesus said. Look within, like Buddha teach. Everything in a drop of water possess all that is in that body of water. I am a drop of the earth. I said, on with lots of water and all the minerals of earth, the earth that hangs in the tapestry called the universe. Most have to be paid to be responsible. Credit, bills of life, hunger, confront, guns, knives, silliness, and poisons we take regularly, being told the way, the truth, the law is not heard, only talked to. Give me that ice cream cone, that rush to the rum of ecstatic foam. Consume on.
Thank you. All right, Eddie, then Ron, then we'll take care of these fancy, wonderful pauses that we have right here. We've already told you. People need to make it good. All right, they do.
Yeah, I just want to make an announcement.
People?
On Saturday the 30th, there's the new Piazza building at North Beach. Philip Hackett and Pegasus Publications is having an open mic for all poets, songwriters, musicians, and artists, and everybody is invited. It's on Saturday, the 30th, so it's just this Saturday. I'm not positive about the time, but I think it's at 3 o'clock, and if someone else from North Beach might know the time, I think we're just going to hold a Philip Hackett or Pegasus Productions and you can find out. I just left my phone. I've been in the hospital and I've been having some bad news kind of, I think, so I've got to get up early and go to the doctor tomorrow, and I'm kind of worried about it. Otherwise I'd be the one. I wanted to make this announcement for everybody is invited. And I'll see you there. Thank you.
So Steve, for more details, he has it written down and you get the information from him. That's this Saturday, right? This Saturday, okay. All right. Ron, that brings us to you. Come on up here. And this, I think, is his first time here. So, you'll hear the furry animals.
And you're going to read from a device. Thank you. No, I am not reading from a device. I'm reading
pizza box.
from a Nazario's pizza box,
Oh.
which is having a device.
Oh, I see. Now it all comes through. Well, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm honored to be here. I've heard a lot about this place. I'm from Texas. I travel to San Francisco as often as I can.
Oh.
Have been doing so for the last 40 years.
Do you want me to raise that for you?
I can, perhaps.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Thank you.
And that way, is that good?
I
I always have to guess. I look up at my
Great,
perspective.
thank you. Well, we're above water here.
Yeah, Texas is one.
Well, let me tell you, the images that you've seen of Texas, one of the most common you see is of my hometown, Liberty, Texas, on the Trinity River. Not Wimberley, Texas. In Wimberley, Texas, they had 30, well, only 15 have been announced dead, but there's still 13 missing. 13 missing. The water rose there. I'm not exaggerating, I looked it up. The water rose there 35 feet in 4 hours. It rose 25 feet in less than an hour. It was not a historic flood. It exceeded the historic crest from 1926 in Wimberley, Texas, by 8 feet. This was a horrendous event. So anyway, sorry for that diversion, but
No, it's okay. We talked about what we can talk about.
yeah, it's hard for me in San Francisco to be here without thinking of Texas right now. So, what I'd like to read 2 poems for you. I travel by bus, and I'd like to set this poem. My bicycle and I travel by bus. It's parked out there. I like to say I ride on my bicycle to San Francisco, but my bicycle is taken apart, put in a box, and in the belly of a Greyhound bus.
That's on.
Wrote this in Phoenix. There comes a point, every traveler knows it, about 30 hours into a ride, where senses are numb. You feel a second wind, but it was just passing gas. Thirst is unquenchable. Hunger is nondescript. Take it or leave it kind of thing. There's an hour left in Phoenix, eastbound from where you've come are Albuquerque and El Paso. All roads go through El Paso. They always have. Behind Gate 4 lay Las Vegas to the north, or San Diego on the 8 to the south. Gate 2 is the stairway to heaven. LA, Hollywood, Malibu, with connections to San Francisco, only another 18 hours away. One forgets in about 30 hours while you're traveling, even where. Life is reduced to east or west, northbound or southbound. Vague recollections of past and future fuse into a mixed bag of tricks. Tricks played on you, like when you lose it looking for your back scratcher. Traveling alone, a good back scratcher is essential. When needed, it's needed, not wanted. Digging into the pocket where it was yields nothing but more itching. Reboarding, pass number 139. Please go to gate 5 for reboarding. That's me. 139. Simpler even than westbound. And there's the back scratcher in the wrong pocket. Oh, I think I can make it now. Next stop? Who cares? Another few hours to another smoke break. It's dark outside, good for sleeping overnight. I'll worry about the exact destination tomorrow. Tonight, this traveler rides and rests. Tomorrow will be another long day. If you've ever been on a bus, you know what that point means.
Yeah, I've been on.
I'm with you, pal.
2 months worth.
It's a long ride to San Francisco from Texas. This poem, even though it's on my device, is on this pizza box. I was looking for justice. The first night I was in North Beach. I went to Specs and had a coffee in honor of you, Justice, and had a beer in honor of me, and had a pizza, and sat down, saw Jack outside, said hello, saw a few other people I recognized, but sat at a table by myself and was just really about to enjoy this delightful pizza when this guy named Gypsy says, "You look like a friend." I go, what? He says, "I need a friend right now." I go, what? He says, "Yeah, you look like a friend. Can I be your friend?" Or something like that. And I figured he was like after a slice. Well, I needed both those slices, right? So this poem is about that night. Oops, the damn device went off. Devices should not be allowed. Gypsy. Gypsy asked, "So why are you still alive?" It was a strangely personal question from someone I'd just met. His timing was off too. If he really wanted an answer, I was starving. I had just stuffed my mouth full of a big bite of Nazario's pizza. I couldn't answer. I chewed twice on the pizza, once on the question. Chewing now on both equally, I almost answered. But first, I put his question into context. Self-described as having a good job, making good money, I wondered if his question might be more self-directed. He had no reason, not even barroom curiosity, to give a shit about me or care about my answer. He had started out our brief exchange with a routine opener. "So what do you do for a living?" Knowing he had been drinking, I deflected his meaningless query with as little as possible. "Why's that?" he said, seemingly genuinely curious for the first time. "Because," I said, "I've observed that working for a living is a damn good way to kill yourself on one level or another, but either way, dead is dead." He didn't know whether to laugh or seriously consider that. My first real answer. He laughed. Laughing is easier. But he added, "Good point." For the first time, he also paused and pondered. Yet he wouldn't let go of the damn questions. "You live here?" he asked. "Yes," I answered, "except when I don't." Playing word games with anyone is modestly entertaining, especially when there are a few drinks ahead of you. But I was not entertained, but he seemed to be. Suddenly, as quickly as he arrived, he left. In parting, he said, "Thanks. I needed that."
And you're on. And if you're back,
That's the first pizza with poetry here.
yeah, pizza with poetry.
To the best
So,
of your
just
knowledge.
before we get to these door prizes, these are sheets that direct you to La Promenade. This is the current one that's happening. Oh, this is my time is up. Thank you. So this is the current La Promenade event coming this Saturday. This is one from a while back, but it has the information. So let me just go over these fabulous prizes. Yeah. Neither Wolf Nor Dog by Kent Meerburn. It's on Forgotten Roads with an Indian Elder. So, The Little Space by Alicia Ostriker. I don't know this one, like I said. Poetry and Poetry. National Wildlife. This is from Stephanie Manning. Chelsea Handler's My Horizontal Life. And then 10,000 Maniacs, which usually I take these and listen to them and bring them back, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it right here. You have a high rate. Oh, and then there's also the mini feature, which means you get 8 minutes in the second half if you come next week. And then the keynote means you speak first, reading a poem of somebody else's, and then you also participate in the open mic if you want to do that. You read somebody else's for this, and then you read yours for that. So those are there like that. And now when you signed in, there were numbers by your name. You notice these cards have numbers on them, and I'm shuffling. And then I hand them off to an innocent bystander. Well, bystander anyway. He's not looking right now. So you just cut those pieces. That way the cards are completely randomized, and I'm not at fault for what happens.
But he's always blamed for all this.
Thank you so much. And now for the other further tradition, we ask for a drum roll on the part of those people over here. Thank you so much. You're number 17. You are the first winner of the evening. Come up and select one of these fine prizes.
Nice.
Designed with your mind in mind.
Lordy.
Yeah, so any of these can be yours. For but a wish or a whim or a fancy.
Oh, neither wolf nor dog. Gotta
Okay.
have that.
All right. Thank you. There we go. Again, I am fooled. I couldn't guess what he was going to take. Another drum roll, please, for the next winner of Mr. Owen Dunkel. Again, one of these fine prizes are yours. I just broke this thing. I hate that. Shouldn't do that. I'll put that together. He goes for poetry. Thank you. Nancy. Is Nancy go? Nancy went. Karen. There you go. Nice round of applause. Another winner, a fine winner of this evening. She considers.
It's too much like online dating.
It's online. Justice. Big winner. Any of these fine prizes may be yours. All right, there we go. And next, Jim. Uh-oh. Thank you so much. See me like that. Proof in the pudding, as they say in France. I don't know anything about it. 10,000 maniacs.
This might actually be interesting.
All right, 10,000 maniacs, it is. Or not. Philip. Did Philip go?
Help.
Hubert? I guess they got some people going.
That's it.
Adolf. No, you're still here. Yeah, sometimes you do. Because he has a long